My name is Kamil Raza. I'm 35, and I'm a crime scene photographer. My entire life is spent documenting what's left behind. Blood spatter, footprints, the faint outlines where bodies once lay. Because of my job, I notice details most people don't. Like shadows, the first time it happened, I was walking home after a late shift. A streetlight flickered above me, and my shadow stretched long across the pavement. For just a second, it raised its hand. I didn't. I froze, my heart skipping a beat. My shadow kept moving for a split second before it snapped back into place, perfectly aligned with me again. I just laughed nervously. Fatigue, I told myself. My job messes with your head. But the next night, it happened again. Different street, different light. This time, my shadow was longer than it should be, dragging behind me and bending unnaturally, like someone tall was standing just out of frame. I quickened my pace. So did it. I stopped suddenly. My shadow didn't. It took one extra slow step, then froze. I stood there, heart hammering against my ribs, just staring at the pavement. Then, the shadow's head turned to look at me. Mine didn't. I started paying attention after that. Everywhere I went, I had this feeling, not of being watched, but of being followed, but never by a person. It was something attached to me. One evening, I was reviewing crime photos at home when my desk lamp flickered. My shadow fell across the wall, and behind it, there was another one, thinner, taller. Its head was tilted as if it were studying me. I spun around nothing, but when I looked back at the wall, the second shadow lifted a finger and pressed it to where its lips would be, a gesture for silence. At work, I found a strange file misfiled under my name. No case number, no date, just photos. Crime scene pictures taken from my exact camera angle, photos I had no memory of taking. The subject in every single one was a man lying dead. No wounds, no blood, just eyes wide open in pure terror. And in every reflective surface, a window, a mirror, a puddle of water, you could see it. A shadow standing behind him. A shadow not connected to anybody, just us standing there, watching. The final photo was different. It showed a man alive, walking under a streetlight. But the shadow behind him was wrong. It was mine. I needed answers, so I went to a retired detective named Salim, an old-timer who'd seen it all. He knew about the file. The shadow witness, he called it. The phenomenon, he explained, only appeared to people who noticed it. Once you become aware, it attaches. It feeds on attention, on observation, on fear. It doesn't kill you immediately, he said, his voice low. It watches how you live. I asked why. To learn, he said, how to replace you. A chill went down my spine. Replace me how? He met my eyes. When your shadow no longer needs you to exist. That night, I stayed awake. All the lights on, curtains wide open. I stood under my living room lamp, watching my shadow on the wall. For minutes, nothing happened. Then, a second shadow detached from mine. Slowly, like peeling wet paper from concrete, it stepped forward, onto the floor, becoming three-dimensional, tall, faceless. Its voice didn't come from a mouth. It came from everywhere at once. You noticed, it said. I couldn't move. You documented us. It continued. You made us real. What are you? I whispered. It tilted its head. The part of you that watches yourself. It showed me memories, but they weren't mine. They belonged to other photographers, detectives, witnesses, all people whose job was to observe, to document, to see without touching. And every single one of them eventually disappeared, replaced. The shadow feeds on observers, on those who live half outside their own lives. You taught me your angles, it said calmly, your habits, your timing, and now I can walk without you. Then I blacked out. When I woke up, I was standing outside my apartment. It was morning. My shadow moved normally, too normally. I went to work, and no one noticed anything strange. But when I lifted my camera, my hands hesitated differently. My reflection in the glass smiled a second too late. I checked the photos I took that morning. In every one, the extra shadow behind people was gone. There was only one shadow now. Mine, perfect, complete. That evening, I stood under a streetlight and watched my shadow stretch out. It didn't copy me. It led, and I followed. I just did. We walked until the light ended, until there was no shadow at all, only darkness. After that, the crime rates in the city dropped. The unexplainable deaths stopped. The shadow witness cases were officially closed. As for me, photographer Camille Raza resigned quietly, no explanation given. My neighbors say I walk strangely now, like I'm always half a step behind myself. And sometimes, under the right light, people swear they see two shadows. But only one man, and the shadow in front never looks back.